Hello dear student, welcome to the another module from theory of relativity. This particular module is from relativistic kinematics. We are going to discuss relativistic addition of velocities, how the velocities are added using Einstein's postulates of theory of relativity. As far as the outline is concerned, you can learn classical or Galilean velocity addition theorem, then how the velocity addition is done as per theory of relativity, relativistic velocity transformation equation, and then we are going to solve couple of problems. Learning outcome: student will be able to understand why Galilean transformation fails if the object is moving at the speed of light. To understand need for velocity transformation equation which are consistent with postulates of special theory of relativity. Then we will derive velocity transformation equations as well as solve problems based upon this concept. So, these are your learning outcome. Now, let us see what is a Galilean velocity addition. Okay. So, here there is a train which is moving with velocity v, and some dangerous act. It is a hypothetical act on which a person is running over the train, and he is running with speed say u prime. So, and an observer is there on the train. Okay, he is observing this particular event. So, the question is what velocity this observer will measure of the person who is running with velocity u prime. So, obviously, it will be u prime because the frame of reference will be attached. Okay. So, he will certainly measure the same, but any observer on the platform or besides the track, how much velocity he is going to measure. So, what Galilean velocity tells us that it will be sum of u prime is the velocity of this, and plus what is the velocity of the train. So, he will measure the velocity of the person as u equal to u prime plus v, but these are acceptable, okay, in a realistic situation. Suppose consider another situation here where headlight beams are fully on, okay, and a car is say moving say at a speed of 100 kilometer per hour, and you know that what is the speed of light, it is 3 into 10 is to 8 meter per second. So, if you take a Galilean velocity addition into consideration, you will find that the velocity of this particular light beam being measured by the observer, stationary observer will be 3 into 10 is to 8 meter per second plus the speed of the car 100 kilometer per hour. So, certainly it is going more than the speed of light, which is certainly violation of second postulate, that is the speed of light in a free space is the same in all inertial reference frames regardless of the motion of the observer or a source. So, here the source itself is a moving. Okay. So, that means Galilean velocity of addition, whatever transformation equations, they are not consistent with the postulates of theory of relativity. So, hence there is a need to derive the new set of relativistic velocity additions. Now, how do velocities add in special theory of relativity? For that purpose, what you have to do is you have to take a two frame of references, one is S and another is S prime. These are inertial frame of references. So, therefore, this S prime frame of reference is moving with velocity v. And in this particular frame of reference, we will consider a passenger who is moving with velocity say u prime. Now, we have to find out an observer in the stationary frame of reference who is attached to the frame S, how much velocity he is going to determine or measure. So, basically what is a simple physics will tell us that the displacement this x prime will be equal to the u prime into t prime, that is velocity into time. The prime coordinates are with S prime observer. The observer who is in S prime, okay, will use the all prime quantities. So, it is x prime is equal to u prime into t prime. Now, what we are going to do is, we are going to use the set of Lorentz transformation equation, which you have already derived. So, I will pick up from this table what is the value of x prime and what is the value of t prime. Okay. So, this is what I have mentioned here on the slide, x prime and t prime. Then I will substitute value of x prime here and value of t prime here, and subsequently I will get this particular equation. So, I will not this thing, you can do simple arithmetic, okay, and rearrange the equation in this particular form. X is equal to this term u prime plus v divided by 1 plus u prime v divided by c square. Now, what is a x? X is a displacement of the same object passenger relative to the observer in S frame. So, what is the velocity for this, how much velocity he is going to measure, say u, and how much time he is recording is t. So, the displacement will be x into u t. So, the displacement of this passenger will be x is equal to u t. Okay. So, x is replaced by u t and t will be cancelled, and you get a, this is a expression, that is Einstein's velocity addition theorem. Since the motion is in the x direction, you can add x here as a subscript. Okay. So, u prime x is the component of velocity moving in x direction, okay, and so the velocity measured by the observer in frame S will record u x, and this is what is called as a velocity addition theorem. Now, let us check whether this particular equation is consistent for lower velocities, very small velocities as compared to the velocity of light. It should give me Galilean transformation, and if my passenger is say signal, means any object is travelling with the speed of light, that the velocity of that light signal as measured by the observer in frame S should turn out to be c. So, let us explore this. So, I have put it in two cases as special case. So, if velocity u prime and v are very small as compared to velocity of light, so what is going to happen? You will find that denominator c square is there. So, c is 3 into 10 raised to 8 and square of that. So, we are going to very large quantity in the denominator. So, as compared to that, it will be very small, can be neglected, and you will immediately find that u is equal to u prime plus v. This is what Galilean velocity addition is. Now, if the passenger is a light pulse, then what I have to do? I have to replace u prime by c. So, I will get c plus v divided by 1 plus c v by c square. So, I can simplify this, and I will get c plus v here, that is getting cancelled. So, I get C. So, the observer, he is measuring the speed of light as a C, the observer in S prime, and whereas the observer in S also measures the speed of light same. So, this is perfectly in accordance with the second Einstein's special theory of relativity, accordance with the second postulates of Einstein's special theory of relativity. Now, let us solve this particular problem. This is from Robert Resnick, and this particular is a radioactive sample that decays and it emits 2 electrons, and the 2 electrons moves in the opposite direction, and each is having velocity 0.67 c. So, classically if we have to find out how much each electron measures the velocity of the other. So, classically both are moving in opposite direction. So, the velocity will turn out 0.67 c plus 0.67 c, that we will get 1.34 c, and certainly 1.34 times c means it is larger than the speed of light, and it is not in accordance to with the postulates. So, therefore, we have to use the Einstein's velocity addition theorem, and we will work out now. Okay. So, for that purpose what we are expected to do is, first you attach one frame of reference to one electron, and I will keep it stationary. Say with if I keep this stationary, that means the radioactive sample which has decayed, that is moving with this velocity 0.67 c. So, my frame of reference, okay, which is attached to the radioactive sample, it is moving with 0.67 c, and the other electron, this particular electron is moving in this particular frame of reference. Okay. And the frame of reference which is stationary now, we can say that it is attached to the lab. Okay. So, clearly this becomes u prime, this becomes v is equal to 0.667 c, and naturally I will pick up my this is a plug-in type problem now. I will take that formula, u is equal to u prime plus v divided by 1 plus u prime v divided by c square, and just mere substitution here of u prime and v here, and in the as well as in the denominator, and upon simplification I find that the velocity of the electron measured by the another electron is 0.92 c. So, the speed of one electron relative to the other is less than c, okay, whereas classically it was giving the wrong result. Now, we have seen the transformation of velocities in the x direction. The frame of references were moving all the time in such a way that x and x prime were coinciding. Now, we will keep the two inertial frame of references moving in x and x prime, whereas our passenger is moving parallel to y prime axis. Okay. Now, in this case what would be the transformation velocities? So, for that purpose, you know that any velocity is means I have to pick up the object, I have to locate the object on the y axis at y2 prime, y1 prime, and if they are at respectively at t2 prime minus t2 prime and t1 prime. So, this is basically delta y prime by delta t prime, and which is nothing but uy prime, that is the velocity. So, this particular strategy we will use and use the Lorentz transformation equations. Again it is these transformation equations are given in the table. So, u prime y is equal to, as I have mentioned in previous slide. So, Now, I use the transformation equation y2 prime minus y1 prime will be equal to y2 minus y1. This is the transformation equation, because the displacement is along x, and T2 prime and T1 prime I pick up this, and then upon simplification I get this particular formula. See, this ux term is coming. So, I request student to ponder upon why you are getting ux term there. Okay. So, the relativistic velocity transformation equations are ux prime, ui prime. You can work out for uz prime if the passenger is moving in the z direction. These are straight, and the inverse transformation equation means you have to have ux, uy, uz on the left hand side. So, they are expressed in terms of ux, uy and uz primes, whereas when you are writing for ux prime, uy prime, uz prime, ux, uy and uz terms are appearing on the right hand side. So, you have to be very careful. Now, we will solve this particular problem quickly. Consider a radioactive nucleus moving with uniform velocity 0.05 c relative to the laboratory. The nucleus decays by emitting an electron with speed 0.8 c along the direction of motion. So, this is a inertial frame of reference. You have to draw this particular diagram. This is your nucleus which has emitted electron with 0.8 c, and it is moving with 0.05 c, and you have to write these description. What is a S is a lab frame of reference, S prime is a frame of reference attached to the nucleus, U prime is velocity of electron in a x prime direction, V is the velocity of S prime with respect to t. This is very important. This constantly you should use with respect to what objects are moving, and then you just pick up the relevant transformation equation and substitute, and you will get the value. So, this is in the direction of plus x. This is a simple trivial case, okay, that you can understand. The next is electron if is moving in plus y direction. If electron is moving in plus y direction, any observer in frame S will find it has this particular electron has got a component of velocity in a x direction. So, therefore, the observer in S frame will observe and measure x component of velocity, though the for observer in S prime the electron is moving in the perfectly in y prime direction. So, I pick up the transformation equation related to ux first, and I will get this value, because naturally the observer will find that it is moving x component of velocity is 0.05 c, and then as usual I will take another transformation equation that is in the y direction, that is y, and see that to what significant digits I have worked out, and I request student to use calculator and not to this one make it 0.7 say 0.80, you may not get accurate value. Okay. And then as you know that there are two components ux and uy. So, what is the resultant velocity will be square root of ux square plus uy square. So, you get 0.801 c, and what will be the direction? So, direction will be given by tan phi is equal to uy by ux. So, substituting you will find that the phi is 86.4 degree from the x axis. So, the observer in the S frame will observe the electron moving at a degree 86.4 from the x axis. So, these are the references. Thank you.